This is problem number 7 from section 3.1. In this problem, it says a business that produces color copies is trying to minimize its average cost per copy, which is the total cost divided by the number of copies. It says this average cost in cents is given by this equation, where X represents the total number of copies produced. Now, I wrote down X is the total copies, and F of X is the average cost. And we should actually say average cost per copy. Okay, that's an important piece of information. Part A, it says describe the graph of F. So, first of all, we look at the equation. We see it's a quadratic. And we see that the leading coefficient is positive. So we have an upward facing parabola. Okay, that's the description, upward facing parabola. What's that mean? Well, it means something for part B. It says find the minimum average cost per copy and the corresponding number of copies made. Minimum is telling us that we're going to find the vertex, because if we have a parabola and it's upward facing, we know the vertex is the minimum, and if it's downward facing, we know the vertex is the maximum. So we have a minimum for this upward facing parabola. So our vertex is going to give us the minimum average cost per copy. It's also going to give us the corresponding number of copies made. In what order, though? We'll look at the equation. X is the independent variable, which is the total copies, and F of X is the average cost per copy. So when we go to find this, we're going to have the X value here and the F of X value here. So X is going to stand for, the first thing we find is going to be the total copies, which is opposite of how they have it written, right? Total copies, they say come second, but it's not, it's first. And F of X is going to be the average cost per copy. So let's go ahead and use our vertex formula to figure this out. So the vertex formula says negative B over 2A is equal to negative 0 or 0.0146 divided by 2 times 0.0000093. So let's plug that in the calculator. I'm going to just throw it up here so you can see it. Oop. All right, cleared it all. So I'm not going to do the negative because it's a positive. 0.0146 divided by 2 times 0.0000093. That gives you 7,849. So we'll go 7,849.46. So 7,849.46, and that is the number of copies. Okay, how do you find the average cost per copy? Well, we take this number, right? We did negative B over 2A, and we plug it back into the function. So we want to do F of 7849.46. Now I'm going to show you how to do this very easily. We're going to take the calculator, and we're going to store this number as X. Then we're going to take the equation and plug it in. So 0.00093 x squared minus 0.0146 x plus 60. As soon as we hit enter, we're going to answer. That's we'll round it to 7. 2.7 cents per copy. And we'll say on average, because that's the average cost per copy. And that's how we come up with our solution. Remember, we knew this because of the minimum word. When they use minimum or maximum, we know we're going to use the vertex formula to find the minimum or maximum.